Hello and welcome to the Saskatchewan StarCraft League. I'm your caster, Duo Duality. Today we have an excellent match for you between the Red Baron and the Green Protoss, Garret. Now Garret is known as a relatively older player to the game, however in retrospect is still relatively new to the 1 vs 1 game. He is known for strong Stalker and Void Ray compositions which he uses to crush his opponents. However lately, there's been rumors that he's been branching out in different styles. Now the Baron has been known for quite a while as being one of the more cocky out there. He's also known as a platinum level player for heavy mech play and early map control. Lately he's been delving more into a more diversified status effect using ghosts and ravens lately. However, he's still truly a powerful Terran, and he's been having a lot of trouble against these Protoss players lately, losing most of his games, so we'll see how it plays out today. We can see Baron is already putting up the start of his wall with supply depots. He'll finish it off with another barracks here, and another supply depot. In the recent patch coming up, actually, the barracks is going to be losing its building time from 60 to 65. It doesn't seem like a whole lot, however, it's going to stop some early rushes. Korsak's already placing down his first pylon and continuing to produce probe. He should be chrono boosting out these probes more in order to keep the production facility going. As you see, he's already started doing that, but he's queued 2 up. You should always have 1 up at a time, otherwise you're going to start losing resources. Oh, the Baron does an unexpected turn. He did not put his barracks down, instead opting to put up a straight supply depot wall. We've been seeing this lately within the MLG tournaments, especially in Raleigh and Anaheim. However, it's not the most common, as you do want to get your barracks up quickly so you can put your command center down and start using those mules to upgrade, to increase your unit count. Take a look at the income here. Garret is already pulling ahead due to the chrono boost, and Baron's having a hard time keeping up. The resources tab shows that they're both spending their resources equally, although Baron is ahead in supply thanks to these 3 supply depots. Oh, there goes his factory, or barracks, and actually, sorry. Oh, we can already see Garret is beginning to scout as well. Looks like Garret will be going for early stalkers with a single gas simulator. The Baron is going for an early gas as well before his barracks is finished, and this is actually really early for a Baron, for a Terran player to go for gas. You always want to have some kind of unit up, especially against Protoss, as it has a tendency to backfire. Take a look at the unit tab here. This is why Garret's ahead in income so far. It's 18 probes to 15 SCVs. We can see now that Baron is deciding to switch it up and go for a heavy bio play, noted by the 2 monk barracks here. Another gateway is going down for Garret, and he's chrono boosting out a cell. Oh, he's not chrono boosting anything anymore, but he does have 1 unit zealot. Anything in the production tab. We'll take a look here. We see an early stalker on the way. As we said, Garret Korsak is known for stalker play. I paused it accidentally, my bad. He's known for early stalker play, and he's been known to have good stalker micro. We can see the command center going up for Baron, which is late, already at the 4-minute mark. You usually want to get around a 3-minute, as we see Korsak's already getting his warp gate technology. Another Marine coming out for Baron. He's holding up the gas quite a bit, which is strange for him. Usually we'd like to see some add-ons, just your build is constantly producing. He is bringing down a factory for some mech play. We see now that the command center is up with the orbital command. We have a mule. The words are escaping at this present time. All good. And we see another pylon going down for Garret. Or Garret, I keep saying other Protoss. Korsak, sorry, my bad. Reactor tech going down for Baron on one of his buildings. He is going for heavy marine here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few tanks. However, with the composition and how far Korsak is ahead, it's going to be hard to produce that. Once again, you don't want 4 units queued up. You might as well cancel that unit and put in another warp gate, another gateway, something to try and produce more units, or just spend them wisely better. It's a lot of income tied up for no apparent reason. A good scout by Baron there, although losing that SCV in that turn. As we can see here, another tech lab going down. He's going to switch it over. So we're expecting Hellions actually, which is a little bit strange versus a Protoss, just due to the heavy stalker and armored position. We also see a starport going down over here. He's planning on an early expansion into bio upgrades. Multiple SCVs going down. And as we see once again, Korsak is standing on a lot of minerals. You'd want to see an expansion by now, more gates, just something to spend those minerals on more. As you can see, their unit production tab, Baron is producing quite a fair bit more than Korsak. In fact, I was to say if he would have pushed now, he might do a little. No, he wouldn't want to do that. With the Hellions on the way and the Marines to downship section, if he micros it correctly, he could have pushed in here and taken it and boosted some heavy damage. You see a Twilight Council going down, another gateway, another warp gate is up and functioning. Although it's strange that Korsak hasn't expanded, placing pylons around the map to try and get some kind of map control, warp control. The Baron has been using a really heavy style of defensive play lately, with lots of bunkers, putting out a heavy defense before expanding, which has actually been his downfall in a lot of games, is he lets the Protoss build up too much. And as we all know, Protoss has an advantage over Terran in a mass army game, just due to the simple fact that the higher expensive units that Protoss produce do a lot more damage. We can see a lot more random pylon placement and a scan from Baron, not really seeing a whole lot, just kind of catching the army. If we go to Baron's site here, we can see that he didn't see very much at all. But as you can also see with Korsak here, it's going to be quite a ways out before you'll see either of them actually engage. So it's kind of a blind play. You'll usually want to scout your opponent a bit more to try and get an understanding of what's going on, how they're doing it, what kind of play they're using. Right now, the Baron isn't really sticking to one strategy, just kind of amalgamating a massive unit, so it's a little bit of a strange strategy. As to, I could have swore I saw, yeah, he has a Viking out already, patrolling. I wouldn't be producing that. I'm assuming he's thinking that Korsak's going to go for Void Rays. But that's not the case at this present time, so he should have been scouting a little bit more. He is expanding. You'll see Baron putting down a command center right away. What I've seen a lot of Terrans doing is building the command center inside and then floating it out due to the simple fact that it's a good expansion technique. You're easily, contained. You can see Korsak is now pushing out, obtaining his expansion as well, which is what I'm assuming. Let's take a look at the income tab here. As we can take a look, as we see the income tab here, Korsak is still ahead both in minerals and gas. As the resources show, his income per minute there is still substantially higher than Ryan's. We hope that Ryan would catch up. Sorry, the Baron, I'm just a little bit off here. The Baron will catch up soon. However, if we look at this, he does have enough, let's get rid of that, he does have enough tabs here to expand. He's putting such a heavy defensive game. He should really salvage this bunker, maybe put another 2 units in this bunker if he's going to use it, but just the heavy game he's using is just strange. He's not really pushing. He's going too heavy turtle defense. He's leaving a lot of problems here. He is expanding now. Oh, we can see Korsak coming up here. And the Baron, did he see him? No, he just walked past him. No problem at all. Oh, and Korsak did see the Baron, though. Who thinks that? You see a small skirmish here. Take a look at everyone again. Oh, and Korsak's going to come in and take out this expansion. Baron is already losing his map control. That is not something you want with a Terran due to the high probability of the Protoss putting down proxy pylons everywhere. You want to be able to see where they're putting down units. You want to be able to hit them hard and fast if they do start to mass. This mass right here, as well as here, will capture the towers, giving Korsak pretty much unlimited control of the map, which is not good in Baron's case, as he has a much smaller army. He's not doing as much. He's not specializing. He's not upgrading. Korsak, as if we take a look at his units here, it's a good amalgamation. It's heavy zealot, heavy stalker with some sentries. It's a good solid base to build upon. We see a push here. What is Korsak going to be doing? Is he going to be coming up here and attacking the rocks? It looks like it, and Baron's not going to have any idea. He has no siege tanks, no protection, and he has no eyes on the map anymore thanks to Korsak easily destroying everything. If we take a look at the tab here, he's barely going to be able to see this being attacked unless he hears it. Let's take a look. Oh, he is attacking, and Baron is doing nothing. If those rocks go down, that's a straight entrance to the base for Korsak. Baron is just scouting about. He's not even moving his units. He doesn't see this happening. If he takes these out, oh, and there he goes. And he's in the base. He's going to be able to easily take out this army, slaughter that, and walk directly into the base. Baron has done nothing. He's now reacting as best he can, but with this much force in his base, I don't think the Baron will be able to defend this much. He's trying to micro his units, but Korsak just has too many units of high quality there. As we can see here, he's clearing it up. Oh, his tanks need to be in siege mode. He needs to bait him in, but he's losing one too many. Take a look at the units lost at. Resources are heavily favoring Korsak at this moment. Pardon me. Oh, if he doesn't have siege research. Oh wow, there goes another tank. It's heavy. Is he going to hit the memorable line? Yes, with this push, Korsak has easily subdued the Baron. The Baron has nothing left to do. Even if he defends this, he has lost so many resources, so many units. Let's take a look at the unit loss tab here. Control R. We're seeing 6 workers killed for Korsak and 6 units killed for Korsak. Additional. This push was just devastating. If Korsak chooses to expand now, we'll see an entire different play, but even if Korsak decides to turn around and kind of stop this harassment, he already has a whole nother army being queued up. Let's take a look at the unit production tab here. I paused it again by accident. I gotta quit doing that. D. We see Immortals coming out to counter the Baron's tanks. The Baron is trying to get his economy up, but if we even take a look at the income tab, Baron is substantially, almost double the econ behind Korsak. If he doesn't put up a defense, if he doesn't push back and expand, which is what he needs to, Korsak will hold this lead for far too long. We can see the Immortals just about done. They're chrono boosted out. There they are. Heavy damage. Another interesting thing about the upcoming patch is the Immortals are getting a range boost. We can see the Baron pushing out, but is he going to push back hard enough to... No. Korsak has too large of an army here. If he pushes back, the Baron will be sealing his own fate. What is he doing? He's going to try a drop, it looks like. Is he dropping in the main or in the side? It looks like he will be dropping in the side here. Blue Flame Pillion doing additional damage there, but if he doesn't do a lot of damage here really quickly, he is going to lose it. Oh, and Korsak easily cleaning up that drop. Losing an additional amount of resources. If you look at the resource tab, it's actually not too bad now after that initial skirmish with 3,700 for the Baron lost and 3,000 for Korsak lost. We can see the units tabbed here that Korsak is still with heavy units. He should easily be able to take out this spattering of compilation for thing. The production is still favoring Baron, although can he keep it up? They're both sitting on a lot of resources. Oh, and a misclick by Baron, and he will lose his entire army. And Korsak's just going to walk right into his base again. While he engages up here, Baron is going up to pretend to take this out, but Korsak's just going to walk it and decimate his production facilities. No cancel there. There goes one. There goes two. As we can see, the Baron is just trying to play catch-up, but he has so many Immortals doing so much damage to the production facility. We're going to see a drop in the unit production. Baron is trying to keep his guys alive, but he's losing far too many. He's played such a defensive game that he allowed Korsak to build up too quick, too fast. He had not enough tanks to take care of the Immortals or Zealots, and this looks like it'll be the turning tide of the battle where Korsak seals his victory. See one tank go down, two. Oh, he does manage to pull a tank back this time. Good placement by putting his few Marines back to the bunker. You notice he got nanosteel bunker. You never see that anymore. Simply due to the fact that the amount of resources spent in bunkers is negated once you get the Immortals and the stock compilation of Protoss. Any kind of tank, any kind of heavy hitters like that negates the bunkers. With Korsak here just easily cleaning this up, he can walk down here and finish the game. The Baron should have GG'd by now, but as we see, we're still going on. It should be over. It's just simply put, there's nothing the Baron can do. He's being slaughtered very simply here. He didn't push out enough. It looked like it would have went the other way. He had a very strong autonomy, but Garret walked past his defenses. And when you play a defensive game like that, you can't afford to have him win. And there's the down by Garret. GG, and the game is done. That is game one of Korsak versus the Baron, with a good game going to Korsak. Very well played, boys. Very well. And as you can see, this is game one. Join me later for another game.